Hey, what's going on, y'all? Did y'all happen to get the opportunity to see the Barber Verzuz between Chris Bossio and 360Jeezy? I watched a little bit of it. I'm not gonna lie, say I watched the whole thing. Sundays is my day to do nothing and chill with my wife and spend some quality time. But I did think the verses went down pretty good. It was 30 minutes late. Stuff happens. We don't know what happened on behind the scene. So I'm not going to complain about them being late because I think it was rather entertaining still. Shout out to those people that put this together, man. Actually, let's go ahead and look in over there right now. They did post the actual versus battle. So as you see here, we got Chris Bossio. They just announced 360 had on some shoes. Y'all, the shoes are fire. I think it's Sia, S-I-A brand, man. It's a guy, man, from New York. I think he's from New York. He make his own custom shoes, and you have to pre-order them just to get them. Like, they're very super duper exclusive, and his brand is really blowing up. It's dope to see someone come in and disrupt the shoe game. But anyway, I love their setup. As you see, they got 2 lights for each barber. 360 had a real camera setup. Chris, he had a cell phone with the mount over there set up. But yeah, plenty of lighting so you can see. Shout out to S Curl. S Curl is one of our sponsors as well. Team S Curl, Team Lushers doing an amazing job, man, for the industry. See if we can zoom in on this. Yeah, that's a much better, right? So they both had their clients covered, and it was pretty clear what they were going to do, in my opinion. 360 is a wave guy. I'm sure he was going to do some waves. Chris Bossio, he's dealing with multicultural textures. I figure he'll do a straight hair client and do some type of fade. This hairline is atrocious. I don't know what happened to this kid hairline before this, but man, that is horrific. But he got the waves in there. 360 gonna take time trying to comb through and getting that taken care of. Cause you gotta comb through this hair before you just go into cutting. But while he's doing that, Chris is already in it. Chris did a dope technique here. I love this technique he used. And this right here is the reason that I would give him the win by this alone. He's using shears. It's a little bit more technical for a haircut. But the way he cutting that and he's parting and he's using the reference, man, he really did it. I love that. I can't wait to get in the shop and try that same thing. Honestly, though, when I have a client like this that may want shears on the top, I still use my clippers. I have a 3-hand technique. Shout out to Ivan Zoot. Ivan Zoot showed me a really dope 3-hand technique for this type of situation. But I love the technique. I didn't love his fade. And it's going to cut off because they had an issue. I didn't love his fade. Let's get back over to 360. It's dope to see that, man. He's using cell phones for his stuff, man. Like, we always want the best quality, the blurriest backgrounds and stuff. When you use a cell phone, you don't have to worry about being out of focus. It's usually in focus. So that's one thing I do love about cell phones. The cell phones of today, they're amazing. But his shear game is pretty tough. I'll give him props on the shear game. This kid has some really thick hair too. He definitely got a lot of love from the barber. I mean, from the cameraman too. But I do like the setup. Tripod, gooseneck. The gooseneck allows you to bend it over. The camera over, that is. Manfrotto. He got a Manfrotto clamp for his actual cell phone. A 360, he's in the cutting now. Cordless Masters. Looking real comfortable with that big ring on. That big watch. Believe it or not, y'all, 360 wave textures are hard. It's hard to make them look even. The shoes are so fire, bro. 360 came out dressed apart. And he was dancing too. He could have definitely picked a better model. That's one thing if you're doing a barber competition. Choose a good model too. The model hair is not bad. I just don't like his edges. What guard is that? A 1.5 maybe? See 360 set up like he running can. All the folks back there enjoying themselves. You know, Sip the Surgeon was out there. Shout out to Sip the Surgeon. Straight out of Dallas, Maine. I think Sip actually did a cut before these guys too. But that's looking real smooth, man. That's like a 1.5, I think. Maybe a 1. Can't really see. I mean, one thing with me, I don't use brushes during the haircut. I use combs. Brushes get real dirty. Combs get dirty as well. People's hair can be dirty. I know with the brush you can move and smooth the hair down. When I'm cutting, I'm just trying to really make sure that I dictate which way the pattern of the hair go. Yeah, get that camera right, B. He got the big boy too. That's the old school. Yo, I got a cordless. I got not cordless, but I got mirrorless cameras with smaller lenses than that. That's an expensive lens he got there. But that's like a 80D camera. I'm running with Canon RPs and Canon M50s. So you see he got the brush out with a blow dryer. He's really, man, create some texture in this haircut and doing some styling. Okay. 360Jeezy pulled out them cordless fast feeds. Them joints are so fire. The Back to the Future joints. Okay. Tune 45 with the clear magic clips. I think 361 on the exclusive clipper challenge right there, but Tune 45 did come out with some dope innovation for clippers. And we see, man, that's clipper open. I assume that's clipper open. Oh, that's clipper closed. Excuse me, I apologize. So he's putting that baseline, that taper, the LDL lowers his height length on his base down at the bottom there. Got a little curve to that taper too. I'm not sure if that's all the way open or halfway open, but it's definitely opened. Switched out brushes. And he's doing his thing with his haircut. Like I said, these waves are difficult to manage, man, and his edges are not that good. Let's fast forward through it a little bit. Shout out to 360Jeezy for leaving his hometown, by the way. Going to Florida to do this. All right. Got the Babless trimmers with the Tune 45 wireless charging attachment to it. He's bought it out. His LDL lowers desired length. And you notice he's scooping. He's still able to do a C-stroke with his trimmer. Some people put a hard line in that thing, man. I know he's going to do a ball fade, but some people use the trimmer upside down and hit the line and pinch and pull type of situation. I'd rather do it this way because it takes a little less effort to get the ball line out. He had a good model. My eyebrows a little thick, but you know, it's something you can always touch up. The mustache could have been touched up before. I'll be honest, it's like the shape of this haircut was already kind of in there. He's just redoing the haircut. But yo, was a lot of people in the building though. It was dope, man. They had a good time. Shout out to Team S Curl right there with the cape. Those are actually some good capes. I actually have about 5 or 6 myself. Yo, that camera setup is really dope. Right on his cell phone. Now, the only thing I don't know how to do is edit on my cell phone. I edit everything in Premiere. But yeah, he's working. this other camera on. So yeah, we went back to 360Jeezy. I'm sorry, let me get this. There we go. So it's dope about the Oster fast feeds is you can use the magnetic guards that fit the cordless or corded masters. So Jeezy having that in his bag is a no brainer. The fast feed really does a good job at blending, especially you get the one with the right amount of teeth on it. It's a good detail, a good blending, good detail polishing, fading clipper. Yo, his model didn't smile once throughout this whole battle, yo. Yo, trust me, y'all. When y'all doing these battles, get a good model, okay? This guy don't look friendly at all. Let's go back. 360, his clipper game is dope. I love his custom clippers. I don't know who did them for him, but they did a good job. That blend is looking good, just right up there, though, on the top of this part right here. Looks a little too choppy. I don't like those bald spots in there. And it looks like he has a cowlick in here. Yeah. Probably got a 1.5 up now. He's just lightly hitting. You don't see a lot of pressure. New barbers, man, we can be heavy handed. Yeah, okay, go with the grain on that thing. That should help seal in what he did on top with the taper. Put in a lot of energy with these strokes. I see. He's working in that same spot a whole lot. When you have to work in a spot a whole lot like that, you might want to go ahead and go to a lower guard or just a step lower. Because if you got to do a lot of cutting, a lot of flicking, he's just wasting a lot of energy. All right, let's go back to Bossio. We want Bossio now. You see how he's holding that clipper? I've seen a couple other Florida barbers hold it like that. I don't fully understand it, but I've seen a lot of other Florida barbers hold it just like that. Florida barbers, if you're watching this, please fill us in. We want to know, why do you hold your clipper in a manner like that right there? I don't get it. Now I do get this, so you can automatically, your thumb is right there to make your adjustments. I don't get this one. Do you want to feel the hair go against your finger or something? I don't know. But look like he's still, taking his time to get the bottom of this blend right. And I'm not sure how much time they had on this battle, but we're already approaching like the 30-minute mark, and a lot of it was a lot of talking in the beginning. But it's a lot of, and I guess that's what battles do to you. Get your anxiety up, it gets your whole, just adrenaline pumping, you know what I'm saying? But this is a lot of work when you can do a little bit more combing, a little bit more brushing, and flick. And I learned that from Haven Hobbs. I sat beside Haven during the battle. He got first place, and I got third place on that battle. But he was just moving a lot more efficient. He was taking his time going through the blend. He wasn't. But it's coming out good, though. Hey, do whatever you got to do to make it look good. Both of them using brushes, as I see. I think time's about to run out for this one. We're gonna go. Should probably just shoot over to what the finish looked like if we can find that. Instagram. Okay, yeah, they were just running out of time for Instagram because Instagram probably cuts it off. All right, let's get out of there. Let's go here. I think this is the pretty much the finishing up. Yeah. Shout out to Jay Majors, man. Popping up. Promise you that's not my computer. That was the actual feed last night. Got a little difficult and the quality got a little crazy. Let's see if we can fast forward this thing. You guys had a good time in that, Indy. Man, I'm telling you, man. Florida different, man. I don't see hardly anybody in there with a mask on. Guess you can't live scared, but man. Shout out to the people that had a mask on at least. Let's go back to 360 real quick. It's pretty smooth. Turn your adjustment to the front. Yep, cool. Going in the back. Taper is okay. It's a nice little line in it right there. The quality of this feed, like I said, is a little trash. Let's get away from there. Let's just fast forward it. I don't know if any enhancement were used or not. Let's see. They might have went in this battle with no enhancements. Even when you use enhancement, the goal is to make it seem like you didn't, you know? Is that spritz or something on the line? Guess he put some water, some he probably used some foam wrap or something to hold the hair down. Yeah, I can't tell. YouTubers, yo, YouTube barbers, man. We gotta make sure we got the right angle. And that's a dope method right there. Use your camera to see what the fade look like or your cut look like. And this quality of this video sucks. It's all good though. Okay, there we go. It's a topic. So some enhancements were used. That little card he's holding in his left hand really works great. Only thing is, we are living in a pandemic right now, and those things need to be sanitized if you're going to use them. How often do you sanitize your stuff? Not just your tools. Well, that thing right there is going to touch numerous people's skin if you're in a shop on a normal day. So it's best to make sure that you use something you can throw away. So here at my barbershop, we use index cards. We cut them up in fourths, and after each client, we throw it away. Both using the same trimmers, so shout out to Barbers. Barbers must got some amazing trimmers. Look at my boy back to the shears again. Trying to marry those sides. And that was one thing I did not like about his haircut, is that ridge. It was a really bold ridge. Now, that might be a design choice. That might be something people like to see. I don't like to see it personally. blend was dope though. The ball fade around the sides was really good. I just don't like to see that dark ridge around the side of the head. So if 360 would use some other techniques, and he'll waver, you know. He could have used some techniques like the plastic bag to lay the hair down. He could have used a do-rag to help lay it down after the cut. Or some, the black hair wrap. Sorry, someone's calling. Let's see. We get a lot of spam phone calls. Matter of fact, I'm going to let y'all hear me answer. Thanks for calling the barbershop. How may I help you? Yeah, his taper is looking really good. See a couple spots that, you know, could put some fibers on the enhancements to cover up those areas. I think he does like some barbers do, man. Just only put enhancement on the line. But if you see some flaws in the haircut, and this is a show haircut, put enhancements on them flaws too. And them flaws don't have to be flaws that you created. It's just could be flaws that's naturally in that person's hair or head. Yep, just some of that powder in there to make it a more of a matte finish and more textured finish. I wonder what that stuff is made of. Mm-hmm. Sorry again about the quality of this video. It's not me. It's actually their quality. You put a razor out, hit that line with the razor. All right, let's get out of here. Let's go back to the finish. Let's see if we can find the finish. I actually had to use 3 different videos. All right. I know they might have announced the winner there. Let's see. And if you don't know, the winner was Chris Bossio. After doing the tally last night, they had gave people an hour to tally up the votes or the vote. I think they asked 360 about his shoes. Nah, they didn't. The shoes are so fire, man. Well, yeah. The winner was Chris Bossio down in Florida, down in his home state of Florida, and I think it's Tampa, the city. People showed up and showed out. I don't like it, y'all. The blend is good. It's just too high to me. I think the blend is just too high. He had to do something, though, to compensate for what the guy Edge Up was doing. But for this model, this person, I think that blend, that high taper was just too high of a taper. That's what you're supposed to do, man. Make sure that facial hair look good, too. Did the sides match? Did the tapers match on both sides? It's hard to tell. That line is real crispy right there. The waves are laying down. I wish I can zoom in on it to see if there were any flyaways. A lot of people forget about the flyaways. The tapers are matching a little bit, but you see all this area right here? That ain't no good right there. That sucks. That throws the whole haircut away. The taper is clean. I just don't like a high taper on him. But that area right there, y'all, that's where you're supposed to fill in the area with some fibers or spray or something. You see how that fiber look dark on that hairline? Solid haircut though. Before competition, see how he lost. You see that vein right on his forehead too on this. See, that's why I'm telling you, choosing the right model really counts, y'all. That vein right there is serious, and it throws off the haircut. First time the model smiled. Excuse me. But yeah, that vein right there throws off the haircut, y'all. That blend is so nice. Look like he got some enhancement on the line because it's so dark. And it's good though. Still cutting because you see some stuff. Yeah. That cut is definitely better. It's the most flawless blend I've seen, no. I like the line. That C looks good. Better model. From what it looked like, at least his hairline is even in proportion. Okay, yeah, he cleaned that up. He filled that in a little bit there with some fibers. Smart move. Taper looks better. That looks a lot better now, actually, y'all. Especially with that spot right there being fixed. The line is clean. That vein is throwing me off again. And he got an even worse vein on the other side of his head. It's a good haircut, though. See them little spots right there in the hairline? Uh-oh. The hairline is a little uneven. It's the apex, the highest part of the hairline is off to the side. It gets a little rounder on this side and more flat on this side. You see it? Yeah. That vein right there is tough. The fade is good. The taper is good. You got a little spot there. I'm not sure about that area right in there. See all these little light spots? That'd have been good to fill in. That back taper looks decent. Out of a 10, I give it 8, 9, something like that. It's difficult with them waves, you know, and his waves go to the side. Oh my God, it's so hard to put a really nice tape on. So I give him props on the difficulty of the haircut. That thing right there is beautiful. I don't like this part of the haircut, but all of that is pretty. It's a good blend there. See how sharp that C is? Yeah, that's a good haircut. That's the winner. Definitely the winner. I ain't even seen the other side yet, but this side right here, this one side beats both for 360Jeezy sides. The model ain't got no atrocious veins. Ain't got a face full of big red pimples. It's a good model. His eyebrows is a little thick, like I said, but you can trim that up. I don't know what I'm looking at when I'm looking this. So I'll be honest, it don't look all that great to me. I've done some haircuts with this similar style hair where I style the top a lot better than that. But I'm not complaining. Like, maybe that is a look. Looks a little weighty right there. Just in here. But I'm going to give it a pass because it's supposed to be dark here. And that blend is curving around the ear. Looks better from this angle right here. So yeah, he killed that. The winner of this battle was definitely Chris Bossio. So yeah, have you ever gotten to a battle, a barber battle? If you've never gotten a barber battle, I want to suggest that you try it. It's not about beating another person. It's about improving to yourself that you can compete, that you can cut with the best of the best, that you can actually put yourself to a small goal or, you know, a time to go and go in and compete. But make sure you network in those barber battles Shout out to those people that put us on. Angel Ross, Pepito, I think is his name. The sponsor S Curl. Shout out to our YouTube legends, 360Jeezy, Chris Bossio. Shout out to all the other barbers on YouTube trying to make things happen, educating, and really taking the platform of barbering to the next level. This is just a recap. I'm the Better Barber, Reggie Winston. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. You can check out my podcast, The Better Barber Podcast. Is on all platforms. Man, we're just trying to do what we can to make barbers better and take this industry to the next level. Thank y'all for rocking with me. In the meantime, in between times, count your blessings, and I see you on the next episode. All right, peace.